Now it's not muted. Welcome. welcome. Hello. Hello. What's up? Welcome. Welcome, guys. Hi. Let me wait until the chat box pops up here as well. Welcome. It's finally time. We're finally continuing the Lostbelt. It's been a hot minute, combined with the break and the event, so it's been a while since we've been progressing the main story, but it's finally time today to progress it, to go into LB3. I'm excited about it. They've been talking a lot about LB3 in, well, they were talking about a lot about the Wandering Sea and stuff in the event as well, so it's gonna be hype. Wait, let me see settings here. Okay. So, yeah. I guess while we wait, as always. Is this the correct screen? It is. It's been a while. I also have the new Ellie animation that we didn't get to watch yesterday open here, so we're gonna go into that in a second. Okay, the chat box also works. But let me just real fast do this one. You know, I feel like this is on brand. Wow. Wow. Okay. That is awkward. AoE? Alright, I think so. Okay. Okay, that's AoE quick. That's bad gas, but it's fine. It's also permanent bad gas, but it's fine. It is a 4-star female Earth, not an archer. Oh, that's archer. Not AoE. Not AoE. 5-star. Okay. Not story locked. Not assassin. Oh. It's probably human, right? Not berserker. Charlotte is surely human. It also is Buster. That's permanent. It's Buster single target or Buster special. Oh, no, it's not. Wait, it could be Elizabeth. Oh god, it could be one of the Elizabeths. Is there a single target Buster Elizabeth? I think so. Is it this one? Let me check. It could be a welfare. It's not a welfare. It's not Elizabeth. Oh, she's human as well. Okay. Chaotic evil though. Chaotic evil. No, Maria is arts, right? Oh, please don't be... Wait, did we try a Lancer yet? Oh no. I feel like I know none of the Lancers. I feel like the Lancers are always the biggest roadblock. What if it's someone like Bradamante? I don't know anything. What are you? Let me try this. Okay, it is a Lancer. It's not Bradamante, but it is a Lancer. It's a 4-star Lancer. Female. Kia? Yo, welcome guys. Welcome Kev. Welcome everyone. Oh, Zeno's here. Welcome, guys. Okay. Speaking of Elizabeth, well, earlier we mentioned her. Let's check this one out, huh? I sent you a Ascension art for both Ellie. Nice. I'll check it out in a bit. Wait, let me just do the audio for you guys. Oh yeah, I also got the art from Robert. Damn! Oh my, why is there 3 of them? This is the actual ephemerals. God damn, okay. Avenger. Sick. Oh, full Brave Chain. Let's see it. Bop. Ooh, the blood effects on the screen. She shoots herself like an arrow. Of course she does. Well. So Cecile Merlin Avenger, meaning she can buff and dip. Dubbed one of the best welfares. Nice. That sounds great to me. And it looks like we didn't crash, which is great. We survived today. She looks cool. Anyways, let's do the daily. Give me Lily. I want MP5 Lily. Damn. No Lily today. Wait, what are we talking about? The answer wasn't Kyohime, but someone with identical info. Bro. What? What? Is it? No, it's not K-Nest, right? Sure not. No. 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 Chaotic Evil? No. 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 No, no, I don't think so. No. No, no, no. No, she's human as well. No. No, there's no way she's a chaotic evil. No, you may run. I'm pretty sure it's human. Wait, is it Valkyrie? She is Earth. Actually, would she be Sky? Or is she Earth? Valkyrie. I think she's Sky, actually. Surely. Ibaraki Doji. It could be Ibaraki Doji. She's chaotic evil. Okay, now we want it. Okay. Okay. Now we want it. Now we want it. Okay, the chaotic evil gave it away. That was the most telling tag. I knew that she was gonna be chaotic evil. Ibaraki is Kia. Yeah, I guess they're basically identical, right? Do I have anything? We'll get there, we'll get there. We'll level her eventually. I just need the event to end, the Holy Grail Front event to end, and then we can start actually leveling stuff. But it's time, guys. I think it's time. I don't think we have any more stalling to do. I think it's time to just jump into Sin, to LB3. So, let's just... Is there anything here? No. What's up, guys? What's up, Little Pen? Leveling my girl? Which girl? Your sin of using Castoria. Hi! Wait, let me just prepare my voice. And my tea here. How long has it been since I left the colony of survivors? I managed to keep a log for the first 30 days, but now it just feels like I've lost the ability to keep track of time. In my defense, it's hard to count the days when we don't have nights anymore. It all blurs together. I still have no idea how things got to this point, but what I can say for sure is that somehow the sun is shining on every corner of the world at once. With everything bleached white as far as the eye can see, you get numb to time as well as distance. My food and water are starting to run out. Once they do, that'll be it for me. At least my old motorcycle is still purring like a kitten. I never expected this solar generator to work this well for this long. It proved you can ride an old motorcycle from Australia to North America as soon as, or as long as you have a surface to ride on and a solid engine. Damn, okay. All I drive over seems to be endless white wasteland. No, maybe wasteland isn't the right word. It's more like pavement without so much as a single crack or seam to be seen. It's nothing like a desert either. There's just nothing here. I don't even get the neutral sort of austerity wastelands give off. It's not so much that it seems like lives died out as that it never existed to begin with. Case in point, I've not seen a single sign of death or decay this whole time. Not a single corpse. No plants, no animals, no insects. Not so much as a microbe. Microbe. This isn't a dead world. It's an empty one. There's nothing. Not even bacteria to make food spoil. It feels clean. Too clean. Never mind that last bit. I must be more tired than I thought. I'm getting overly sensitive. I can see an unnatural shape just up ahead. Probably more remnants. I think I'll rest there today. Maybe there'll even be some food left, if I'm lucky. Okay. Remnants in this case are areas that somehow escaped the reset. Or, well, more places that remained in part of the site being reset. Yeah, I remember passing this. The colony I left behind was situated in one such remnant. If any satellites were still intact, we might have even been able to find and connect with other survivors. Not that it would have made us any less powerful to fix all this. After all, if that tree were to attack again, humanity would be well and truly gone. Interesting. Survivors, 0. Signs of people having been here. 1. A single message. Oh, that's us. Oh, remnants. Oh, yeah. No food, sadly, but any port in a storm. Besides, just seeing artifacts of civilization like this again does wonders for my morale, even if it is gutted ruins from a brutal invasion. I shrug my shoulders as I sit down on what used to be a sofa. The shrug is just a desperate ploy to convince myself I'm calm, but strangely, it still helped. play back the only message data to be found. It's essentially the same as all the others out there. I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared. Run away, run away, run away. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Why? 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 No, no, no. Help me, help me, help me. Please, forgive me. There it is again. Why? Why were these people attacked? Why were they erased? I did my best to recall that day calmly and objectively. The year when Earth fell to invaders from another world. Truth be told, we had time to prepare. Maybe it was only 12 hours, but it was still time we could have used. On that New Year's Eve, we lost every satellite around the world in an instant. In consequence, we were not able to observe a single cosmic ray, even as the whole world was reduced to a blank, dust-gray sphere. I know now that it was a membrane in the sky, a dome of sorts made by the tree's branches that was placed over the entire world. But we weren't exactly in a position to sit down and take stock of what happened on that day, not with all the crazy things going on. 12 hours later, Armageddon. A total slaughter. A massacre on an unimaginable scale. Uncontrollable. Tree things descending onto Earth, like so many tentacles from space. They crawled across the world, finding and exterminating all forms of life with unerring accuracy and unnerving tenacity, killing almost every human on the planet over the course of 3 months. Finally we're getting some exposition here, because we've just teleported basically from one time to another, so we didn't get to see what happened during that time. Nice. After that, the trees just disappeared, returning to the sky and leaving behind a blank, desolate world. Even now, thinking about it makes me tremble. Not at the revelation that aliens really did exist. Not even the realization that our world, our civilization, had been erased and would never return. No, what scared me was those trees' tenacity. The way they extended their branches to destroy a person's heart with a single stab. Upon their death, people would instantly turn to dust, their agonizing screams still echoing around them. Here you go, Robert. There were no exceptions. Even though these aliens possessed weapons of mass destruction large enough to blot out the sky, they chose not to use them. Instead, they went out of their way to erase billions upon billions of people, one at a time. They were like some kind of twisted artisan burning... Wait. They were like some Wait, oh my god. They were like some kind of twisted artisan burning with perverse passion for their craft. Those of us who did survive, like myself, only managed to do so by being in hidden underground facilities at the time. Okay. Dizziness starts to overwhelm me. Maybe I've been under a bit more strain than I realized. I'll just rest up here for today. Tomorrow, I'll set back off on my journey of wishful thinking. I may not have much food left, but assuming I stayed on track, I should be at my destination soon. It's the last place any of our satellites caught on camera. The only place in this whole world that hasn't been wiped clean. An area in southern Nevada. What? Okay. That's right. My destination is the Air Force Base known as Area 51. Of course. Signed, David Blue Book. Sure. It is just an alien movie, yeah. Did we drive into a whole other world when I wasn't looking? It was nothing but clear skies as far as the eye could see just a moment ago.
Now I've got an announcement of my own. I estimate the border has about an hour until it sinks. Yeah, just one problem. There's no land to go back to. We're smack in the middle of the North Sea.
Da Vinci, can we still initiate zero sail here? Surely that must be preferable to sinking to our deaths.
We can't. The formulas won't be stable enough on water. We'd have to rewrite the software from scratch.
Hang on, we're getting a call. Go ahead and open up a line, Mr. Manure. And hurry, Da Vinci's no use to us right now.
Right, on it.
Oh, is this Shion? You guys did say this is a girl, apparently, I think.
CQ, CQ. This is the Wandering Seas dock. Do you read me? That vessel, that would be called a ship, right? No, wait, not a ship. Oh, I see. A tank. Rational, yes, very rational. A ship is unnecessary for zero sail. But I say, you have no sense for design. It might as well be a large metal coffin. Nothing charming here at all. Be honest, you would have never made it back without my paper moon, would you? Still, a fine job making it all the way here. Everything is proceeding within my calculations. It's coming from the Wandering Sea, but where? Where? Right in front of you. Oh, hang on. Let me clear the fog. It should be easier to see then.
Well, Kev, I lost this 50-50 at the end of LB2 because this already happened at the end of LB2 and I gave Shion a very manly voice. And then everyone was like, lost the 50-50.
Proceed on your current course, though you may want to reduce your speed, and be sure to give thanks. Alright, this will be the first time in over 2,000 years that this island has revealed itself on a day other than December 31st. Welcome to the Primordial Magecraft Workshop, the Baldanders of the Wandering Sea. My name is Shion Eltnam Sokaris. I'm a spiritual hacker who escaped to the Wandering Sea when I predicted that the world was about to end. I've been waiting for you.
I just rolled with it permanently. Give Shion the Scion voice from League of Legends because it's the same spelling of the name. Being the Atlas Institute.
Being the Atlas Institute's last remaining member, the Wandering Sea higher-ups entrusted me with the project of writing this bleached Earth's problem.
Spiritual hacker. I know that was just a minute ago, but...
Whoa. We followed the directions that bizarre transmission gave us right to this lump of rock. Now can you tell me what this is all about, Da Vinci? I'm glad the border isn't bobbing around like a damn cork, but have we been sinking these last few minutes or haven't we?
I had the same question. It seemed to me like the border sank underwater before it emerged on the surface. Now look at me. I didn't do anything. Once I got to these rocks, it felt like the currents kind of carried the border the rest of the way. Looks like I tried to steer us, but the currents were just too strong. The border sank about 40 meters and then popped up a good 30.
40 meters? Bro, does it like equalize the pressure in it by itself? That's a lot of pressure.
I think we must have gotten into the Wandering Sea from underneath, since I didn't exactly see a front door.
Perhaps that's how they go about docking ships here, or how they keep ordinary ships away.
Sounds right to me. I just wish you'd given us a little heads up.
Does this mean we're at the Wandering Sea docks?
That would appear to be the logical conclusion. The issue at hand, however, is...
He has magical armor, don't worry about it. Nice.
Are we sure this is the Wandering Sea? And how do we know it's safe outside? Manure, fire up every sensor we've got. I want to know everything going on outside the border.
Roger. but I've already been doing that. I'm not picking up anything at all. Not a damn thing. Testing. Can you hear me over there? I'm afraid the Wandering Sea cannot be observed by any means created by or relying upon science, not even partially. I would give up on trying to see what's going on outside that hunk of metal you have been riding around in. None of your sensors will see anything here. Besides, danger is a no-no here, and there's no way there would be anything wrong with my calculations. Right now, this is the most peaceful, happiest, scariest island in the whole world.
The Atlas Institute really lives in the future. I see. How can it be peaceful and scary?
At any rate, come on out, visitors. I did not open my darling secret base today just so you could hole up in that big metal box of yours. Well, what should we do now, everyone? Since their senses are blind, someone's gonna have to take one for the team and poke their heads outside and nominate Holmes.
Agreed. You can always use your baritsu if things get dicey.
Poor guy.
Unfortunately, I'm afraid I actually can't use baritsu just yet. At this point, I dare say you could outfight me, Director.
Good point. Holmes is going to need more time to recover from the injury he sustained in Scandinavia. So then, as the only combat-ready servant here, I should be the one to...
Go for it, Mesh. You got this. You got this, Mesh.
Right, I was just thinking the same thing, Master. Well, then I'm coming to. I'm way too curious to just stay on the border. Friend or foe, the Wandering Sea is still a mystic among mystics. No way would I pass up a chance to check out the place that still has mystics on the edge of cards. You're better off not getting mixed up with those places if you ask me. They even say the clock towers are an inhospitable hell when you get right onto it.
I see you plebs know your place. In your own way. You're quite right, Munir. Or Manur. One should never move past one's station to peer into the secrets of Magecraft or the organizations that keep them. The moment you do, you'll be so shocked by how vastly they overpower you that you may find yourself bedridden in half mad for a month.
And half mad for a month.
It's all risk and no reward. Curiosity isn't what killed the cat. It was fear.
Okay.
However, as we humans are not cats, it's possible to overcome those fears, much like I did. Mesh Kyrielite, deliver Matt. I hereby authorize the two of you to investigate whatever lies outside. Once you're certain that there's no danger, call me right away. Oh, and try to stick close to the border, would you? You should be no more than 5 seconds sprint from here at most.
What the fuck are you saying, Gordolf? I don't know.
Alright, I'm going to open the border port hatch now. Ready, Master.
Let's go.
Who's that here? I got your backs. I may not be much use in a fight, but I can make damn sure nothing gets by my defenses. Thank you, Da Vinci. Opening the hatch. Now!
It's an... It looks like a mine or an underground facility. It's... Tunnel?
It's incredible. Wow, this place is amazing. Look, Mesh. Look, Delivery Mat. Oh, this is like top shelf secret base stuff. It's like a picture book come to life. Whoever designed this must have been such a dummy.
Why does she seem familiar? I'm guessing this is Shion. I probably saw her at some point somewhere. Because she looks familiar now that I see her.
Thanks for the kind words. I must be doing pretty well if the great Leonardo da Vinci, famous genius and notorious problem child, would speak like that about me. Wait, is that really Da Vinci? Isn't she a little off? Too girly, just a little too high spec. Hey, you there, Master Delivery Mat.
She was in the 10th anniversary PV for 1 second. Okay, she's on plenty of Cs. That's probably where. Yeah, that's probably where. It's probably one of the Cs or something. Yeah.
Is that girl there really and truly Leonardo da Vinci?
Atlas Institute uniform Mystic Code. Probably, yeah.
I sure am. I'm a Leonardo... Wait. I'm a Da Vinci backup unit made by one and only Leonardo da Vinci herself. What about you? Are you the girl who contacted us? Oh, right. I was so surprised by Gil Vinci there that I forgot my manners. Cut. And take 2. I'm Shion Eltnam Sokaris, an alchemist here to mess with you guys on behalf of the Atlas Institute. Oh, I also made Trismegistus, and the pepperoni you were manhandling just a few minutes ago. So I'm here to collect damages you owe me for copyright infringement. Totals to about $790 million. So...
No. I would like proof of damages, please.
Yeah, you guys are boned. Whatever human rights you think you had are gone.
Hello?
So you know what that means, Deliver Matt? It means I own you. Lock, stock, and barrel, baby.
Are you good?
So, mind just signing this contract here for me?
Ma'am, can you let us speak for a second here?
I hereby confess to using Miss Shion's intellectual property without express permission. I also absolutely saw the end of humanity and such.
Ma'am, it was a, fair use. I plead fair use.
Therefore, at your repayment of such aforementioned unrepayable debt, I, Deliver Matt, do hereby offer up the following. My body, my soul, and each and every one of my worldly possessions, past, present, and future, throughout the universe, to Shion.
How about no? How about I give you Mash? How does that sound? She can work way harder than I can.
There you go. Mind just signing here, 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 and here. Initials there too. Say, mind being modded?
DMCA laws are bleached too. Damn.
Are you into mecha, bioengineering, a mixture of both? Oh, what the heck? We can just throw them all in. Don't worry, it'll not hurt at all.
Wait. Slow down. Slow your pace. Ma'am, let us speak.
Just kidding. You don't owe me anything. I was only messing with you.
You better.
Besides, I was using old Zimbabwean dollar
Values.
so you could totally have paid it back anyway.
That's crazy. That's the joke that I make. Bro. That's a joke that I made during the case files. You can't steal my jokes like that.
Sorry, might have gotten a little carried away there. Well, you'll have to forgive me. I've never actually done this before. I know I sort of struck first, so to speak, when I contacted you earlier. So I was being all formal to try and put you at ease. But as you can see, I'm not really like that. Just your everyday, mild-mannered alchemist here. That makes sense. You spoke so fast I didn't realize it right away. But there's no way anyone from the Atlas Institute would be so quick to pull out the contract. I see. An advanced technique designed to better break the ice during our first encounter.
Yeah, I get the feeling she's not one for lying.
Alright, let me introduce myself again. My name is Shion. Welcome to the Wandering Sea, Chaldeans. Leonardo da Vinci, Mesh Kyrielite, Deliver Matt, and... I did not see that animal mentioned in any of our data, I wonder if he's someone familiar.
Don't worry about it.
I can sense a modicum of intelligence from it. Like an AI that just started learning. Oh well, no problem. I already have a pretty good idea of who you guys are. I've not seen what has become of the outside world myself, but I do know what happened to Caldia on the first day of 2020.
Yeah.
You haven't seen the outside. Does that mean you have no immunity to the atmosphere? Oh no, I'm completely healthy. You have to be in good shape to use memory partition at a halfway decent level after all.
Of course, memory partitioning. We learned about that.
I just meant I did not have a need to go outside. Sorry for the misunderstanding, Mesh.
Ah, of course.
So, who's in charge right now? From what information I have, it should be Da Vinci here, but given she has the whole kid thing going on, I assume that's no longer the case?
I do not want to say that it's that guy.
I must have a gap in my information somewhere. Better get that sorted.
Who would say so? Is this?
I'm impressed you picked up on that. You look like a girl, and it would seem that you are, in fact, something of a girl.
What does that mean? That sounds like something that Gordolf would say.
Indeed, the master/amateur mage, the demi-servant girl, and the capable technical advisor are merely my subordinates. Who am I? Why? You surely need not ask. I'm Caldia's new director, and the man who will one day resurrect the golden age of the prestigious music estate, Gordolf Music.
That must have been the worst introduction that I've heard ever.
I see you're surprised that I'm still alive. I know that crest and that uniform. It would seem you truly are a mage of the Atlas Institute. That means it should have been absolutely trivial for you to predict the terrible tragedy that befell my Caldia with your fancy parallel thought acceleration. I'm keenly aware of how I fell for Korenska's devious scheme, and so inadvertently allowed the cryptors to carry out their plan. No doubt I was the first one to be killed off in Atlas's prognostications. The quickest way to ensure a plan's success is to take out your opposition's genius commander, after all. Oh, it's so cringe. But, as you can see, I survived. For no matter how poor the road conditions, how dire the weather, or how far behind I may be, I'll never retire before the race is over.
You're Gordolf, right? I'm not surprised you're still alive, given your specs.
Huh? You're not?
Your odds were not great, but they were also not zero. I figured you would make it out of there as long as you had solid help and backup. No, it was the servant behind you that surprised me. Would you mind telling me your name?
Ah, yes. I do beg your pardon. I was preoccupied with keeping our new director safe, since he insisted on venturing out to see what was going on for himself. I'm Sherlock Holmes, a ruler. As you are the successor of the great Atlas Institute, I trust that is all the introduction you need.
Wait, you already know who I am? Even for a famed detective, it seems just a little suspicious that you already know that much about me.
Damn. Okay. Successor to the Great Atlas Institute. That's a pretty high position then.
Elementary, my dear Miss Shion. Your middle name, Eltnam, tells me all I need to know. From there, all I need to do is contrast your behavior with our current situation, and the answers all but presents itself.
BS, you're just quoting from her file. You touched her BS.
No. Don't go diving the game. Giving the game away, Mr. Delivery Man.
You touched Trihermes? Ah, now I see. This must have been done in the Sixth Singularity.
Ma'am, you know way too much. Hello?
I read about that in the report to the Mages Association.
Oh, I guess I would know that actually. I guess that makes sense.
So, you managed to touch Trihermes directly without losing your mind, huh? Really now? No wonder you're the pinnacle of intelligence among servants. You and I are going to get along just fine.
Nemo! Oh, okay, Nemo's here. Okay, interesting. Luna.
Come on, Sion. How much time are you going to waste talking? You want me to give this ship a tune-up, right? Hurry up and get the crew off it already.
Gee.
What? Do I have something on my face? You're kind of rude, aren't you?
Hi, sorry about that.
You don't have to apologize. I already know humans are rude. It's in your nature.
All that magical energy. Are you a servant? Does this mean the Wandering Sea is also capable of summoning servants?
Yeah, I snuck a peek at Chaldea's system, came up with my own take on it, and somehow managed to summon a single servant.
A single servant, okay.
I needed someone who could watch my back, and also make sure I could not break it. I mean, I could draw blueprints all day on my own, but what good is that if nobody actually builds any of it, right? I'm still amazed that you managed to summon a heroic spirit somewhere besides Chaldea. Hello there, servant from the Wandering Sea. My name is Meshkiril. May I ask who you are? You don't have to tell me your true name. I'm no one. I don't have a name. If you don't have to call me... if you have to call me something, just call me Nameless.
Sorry, that name is already taken.
Now, get everyone out of there, Shion. I can't call everyone else with all these people in the way.
Yo, what's up, Josh? What's up?
This is painful to look at. It's worse than watching coral reefs die. What happened to the ship? I can hear it crying in pain. I need to fix it now, before I go insane. Whoops, looks like someone got up on the wrong side of bed today, huh, Captain? Oh well, guess I'm unable to blame you, since you are even shyer than me.
His name is not revealed in story until before. Wow, interesting. I mean, I don't know anything about Nemo, even in real life, so... The name doesn't tell me anything.
Captain, is that sort of joke? Are you mocking me? Well, what else can we call you? Would you prefer Prince?
Nemo. Clownfish. His name isn't hidden in servant selections, yeah.
Fine. I guess Captain works since we have more guests now. At least it's better than Prince.
It would seem you added something to that servant spirit origin. Am I correct, Miss Shion?
Yeah, a phantom spirit. One cannot summon a decent heroic spirit without Mesh's shield, you understand?
A phantom spirit. Okay.
Since I was missing powerful holy relics like that, I had to make do with whatever I could scrunch together to make his spirit origin. Do not ask me to reveal his true name. That's something a servant should choose to do.
Okay, ma'am. Understood. I will not burden you with that.
Once Captain trusts you guys, I'm certain his identity will become clear. Anyway, right now, it's just me and Captain here. I promise there's nobody else around, so feel free to bring the rest of the Shadow Boarders crew along.
Also, wait, wait. A phantom spirit. So that's the same thing that was happening during Shinjuku and stuff, right? They were adding like phantom spirits into the guys. Yeah, Nemo means I have no name. I see. All good, Robert. All good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I promise that there's nobody else around, so feel free to bring the rest of the Shadow Bolters crew along. I prepared the room for the staff where they can relax and rest up, but I'm afraid I'll have to ask all of you to join me for a little longer.
Just like Moriarty? Yeah.
I can imagine how exhausted you must be and would love to sleep in a proper bed, but I must wait. This is just the entrance, see? Come on, I'll take you to the command room.
Imagine skipping EOR. Nah. Only a lunatic would do that. Okay.
Whoa. It's...
Chaldea's command room? Yeah, looks very, eerily similar.
Yeah. I see how you could make that mistake, Delivery Matt. What a mistake it would be. Chaldea's command room was actually modeled after this place.
Ah. Okay.
And this is the masterpiece I've been assembling day and night for the last 3 months, ever since I first came to the Wandering Sea. I call it Spiritual Calculation Engine Trismegistus II. A perfect reproduction of the Trismegistus Alento Chaldea and the new brains of your operation. You don't say. You said you've been assembling it, but... So that must mean you brought the necessary materials along with you when you came here. Between the paper moon and all this groundwork you've been laying, you're obviously no ordinary mage.
I mean... Yeah. She is the head of the Atlas Institute. Or the successor.
Shion Eltnam Sokaris. It looks to me like you know even more about Chaldea than we do. Yeah, a lot of what I know comes before Chaldea really even got off the ground. As you know, the pseudo-spiritual calculation engine Tri-Hermes is the heart of the Atlas Institute. My father, the head of Atlas at the time, was supposed to create Tri-Hermes' sister unit, Trismegistus, before its development was handed off to me. I proposed using paper moon-based zero cells as a method for sending people into the past. Well, into singularities anyway. But Chaldea's first director, Marisbury, had a different idea for a more reliable method.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
His proposal was a process he called ray-shifting that involved transmitting physical bodies to spiritrons. It was a more proactive approach, given that it was closer to the Atlas Institute's prognostication. Not exactly the most cautious proposal, all told, but the fact that a mage like him was willing to reveal his most secret arts like that spoke volumes. I mean, if word had gotten out that the Animosphere family, one of the 12 Clock Tower Lords, was sharing technology with Atlas, it would have meant war with the other lords, leading ultimately to the end of the Animospheres. Director Marisbury understood that the seriousness of the risks, and chose to act anyway. So the Atlas Institute decided to accept Chaldea's request, out of respect for the risks he took. Of course, none of the other lords ever did figure out what Marisbury was up to, so it ended up not really being a thing. Anyway, you all know what happened next. He provided Chaldea with Trismegistus, which enabled Chaldea to complete Chaldeas. And the Chaldea Security Organization went on to do what it was intended to. I'm certain you all know more about Chaldea's actual exploits than I do, We're just the ones who gave you the tools to get things rolling.
Indeed. We do know about Chaldea's connection to the Atlas Institute. We do not, however, know about you. How did you survive the reset of the world? And why were you waiting for us here in the Wandering Sea?
Took the words right out of my mouth. Sure.
You have a thing for asking questions you already know the answers to, huh, Sherlock? Are you obliged to? Will you die otherwise?
Ma'am, you've been yapping for the past 30 minutes. Let him ask a question or two.
I suppose since you are being so meticulous and all, I can go ahead and tell you what you already know. Answer the first. I escaped the reset because I was in the Wandering Sea.
Sure.
The Wandering Sea is like its own little singularity. It's always drifting between the world's textures.
Okay, makes sense.
That kept it safe even while the world was being wiped clean. Answer the second. I came to the Wandering Sea because I predicted this future.
Sure. Wouldn't be the first time.
Jack Hermes collects, organizes, and makes records of a ton of data about Earth, just like Chaldea's. It's like a huge sea of information, all there for the taking. For alchemists like us, it might as well be our own primordial soup.
Okay.
I was just taking a little dip in that sea, without my father knowing, of course, when I ended up arriving at the prediction. In short, I was not sure how, but I knew that the world would cease to exist in 2020.
Sure. We did a similar thing in part 1, so that's fine.
It was the biggest dilemma of my life, to say the least. I knew I had to do something, so I told my father about my prediction. But that theater reject excuse for a fact. I mean, great head of Atlas
told me was.
I see humanity ending every day. Don't waste my time with trivialities like this. Besides, you discovered this problem, my darling Shion. Don't you think you should be the one to solve it? And that was when it really hit me just how understaffed the Atlas Institute really was.
Fate that don't be shit impossible. They're mages. According to everyone in the comments, their morality is just different. They're not bad people. They're just working from different moralities, guys. Trust me, they're not bad.
Every person there had their hands full of stopping some versions of... Wait. Every person there had their hands full stopping some version of the end of the world that they had seen.
Nice, Robert, nice. What's up, Joao? What's up?
While I'm at it, have a little bonus. Answer the third. The moment I made my decision. I know, I'll go to the Wandering Sea.
This dad is an alchemist, though, not a mage. Oh, sorry. Yes, of course. Of course. That's a different morality, of course. He's not a jerk. He's just working off of different moralities, of course, of course.
So I took the parts I was using to make Trismegistus 2 and used them to build a Hermes instead. Then knocked on the Wandering Sea's front door. By doing so, I secured a safe haven for both myself and future collaborators. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I was certain that no matter how things unfolded, Chaldea was going to get knocked out of commission. It would be too important for our unknown invader. There are pretty much 2 ways the world can end. Gradually and suddenly. Usually things will go gradually, progressing in stages until the lights go out, so to speak. And there are leaders all around the world doing the best to identify those scenarios and keep them at bay. Meanwhile, the sudden types are more like traffic accidents, where everything happens all at once. Nothing much one can do, no matter how smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
For that sort of thing, race shifting was all we had to fight back.
Okay. All we had to fight back. Okay.
And what is happening right now, the world bleached white thanks to invaders from outer space, is no exception.
There are two ways you can die, slowly or quickly. Yeah, exactly.
Thus, anyone meticulous enough to put together a plan like this would never overlook Chaldea, seeing as you were the only ones capable of race shifting.
Yeah, this is the LB3 intro, I know.
I certainly would not. If I were to try to destroy the Earth, Chaldea would be right at the top of my hit list. In fact, taking it out would be my opening move. Sorry, I shouldn't have kept that to myself. So even though I had a base to fight back from, there still was not anything I could do on my own. I mean, I did not know who was attacking or how they would do it. So really, the only thing I could do was put my trust in you guys. If these invader things saw you as that big of a threat, I was sure you could prove there was a reason for that.
Thanks for putting trust in us, Shion.
And you would survive, and you would not give up, no matter how bad things got.
You took one big of a gamble there.
So, knowing that you would fight back, my task got a lot simpler. I would make you a new base.
Okay, so that's what they meant during the Ptolemy Grail front, where they said that we are currently, you know, residing at the Wandering Sea or whatever, right?
I would create a second Chaldea for you and keep it ready and waiting. That was really the only answer I could come up with at the time. And now, even though you had no idea about all this, you made it here. And that's all I have. Thanks for listening.
Okay, 56 minutes in. And see, she finally took a breath. She finally took a breath. So really, you have been waiting for us.
No, stop. You're gonna make me blush. But thanks, Shion. This is probably where the last version of me would say you should have actually gotten in contact with us ahead of time, but... Are you crazy? I'm far too shy for that.
You're too shy to get in contact with us about the world ending?
Besides, if you tell people their future, you end up having to change that future and having to come up with a whole new plan from scratch. Exactly! It would have taken time to recalculate, and we almost certainly did not have time to spare. So I decided this was the best course of action. Okay, that makes sense, but that still doesn't explain some things. Like, why are there no other mages from the Wandering Sea here?
She can't tell us the future BS like every clairvoyance fucker, but doesn't you taking a peek at the future then already change it, especially if you take action against it? Like with the butterfly effect and stuff? Why are there no other mages from the Wandering Sea here?
They avoided the big reset just like you did, right? So, why is it just you and Captain now?
I just don't do anything to change it.
No, they did not think this blank Earth thing was their problem, just as my father did.
Did not. Important distinction. I mean, from what we know about the Wandering Sea, they are obsessed with like the Age of Gods and, you know, keeping the humanity the old way and stuff like that. So wouldn't they kind of like the concept of the Lost Belt, which is basically keeping the Age of Gods alive in like their own singularity or their own Lost Belt? I feel like they would kind of like the concept of, you know, having an area where the Age of Gods continues. Solomon losing his mega clairvoyance the moment the incineration of humanity became certain. I guess so.
No, if anything, they were even worse. They honestly did not care if post-AD humanity lived or died. Right when this whole beaching thing started, and the critters were giving their victory speech, they said, "You're the ones who should do something about this cataclysm. We no longer care what happens to human civilization." We do understand the attackers' ideals, but regardless, we do not share them. And then they just up and left. Oh, but before they did, they also said you may invite the mages of Chaldea here if you wish. Feel free to use the Wandering Sea, but only in specified areas. But take care not to enter our workshop. We can't promise you'll survive the experience. Anyway, this place used to be the Wandering Sea's entrance, so it connects to a workshop devoted to bringing back several different Ages of Gods.
Okay.
Not that that does us much good now, though. Jesus Christ. Since it has that giant stone gate blocking it.
I see. So the Wandering Sea's most prominent figures saw no value in post-AD humanity.
Yeah, so they would love the Lost Belt. That's what I'm saying.
No matter, the Wandering Sea's magecraft is magecraft on the Age of Gods. There's no telling how powerful it is. We must find some way to open that stone gate and get them to help us. Mr. Gordolf. Don't be ridiculous, Holmes. You shouldn't even be looking at the gate, let alone touching it. Oh god, it's as if that Academy principal is waiting for me just behind this gate. How can this be happening? That single gate feels as though it could shatter several lords at once.
I don't know what he's on about, but he's clearly more terrified than I've ever seen him. So, maybe best if we leave that gate alone. The last thing we need right now is making more enemies.
Okay, but wait, let me just see something. Okay, so behind the doors there are workshops that are devoted to bringing back several different Ages of Gods, whatever that means. And they're made using the magecraft from the Age of Gods. And also, it's kind of dangerous, we can't promise you'll survive the experience. Whatever that means. Okay, I guess we'll see.
The first order of business is to get the shuttle boat repaired. As long as we have a working ship, we can leave the Wandering Sea behind wherever we want. I appreciate the offer, Shion, but I'll handle the border's repairs myself. We don't want to impose on... Hey, no Vinci!
Oh my god.
I'm sorry to hide in the border like you told... Oh, wait. I'm sorry, I tried to hide in the border like you told me to, but they still managed to find me. So much for our last bit of insurance. How did you screw up this time, Manure? How could they have found that room while I'm the only one who knew it existed? Well, a bunch of them got into the border and they were really cute, so before I knew it, I was going over to say hello.
Classic Manure.
Wait, no, it's not like that. See, I couldn't have them finding the border. Wait, fiddling with the border and messing things up, so I decided to give them a piece of my mind. Ahaha! Sorry. You'll have to forgive Captain. Fixing up ships is kinda his thing. Anyway, why not hold off those repairs until later, Da Vinci? After all, there's something else we need to do.
Something else?
That's right. What you need is a new base and new rooms. So that's what we're going to make right now. Your new Chaldea base.
Is that the end of the intro? Nope. It's not the end of the intro. You thought it was the end of the intro. Good one. There's not 3.4. You're joking. This is what I've been waiting for. Okay, thank you. Okay, I was scared that we're not gonna be getting this because these are my favorite parts of Lostbelt. Okay, let's see. So far, at least. Okay, let me lock in.
I'm afraid so. Skadi has been defeated, and her Jew of Emptiness is gone, taking the Scandinavian Lostbelt with it. Tragically, Ophelia didn't make it either. Spare us the performance, Queen Skaya. It makes me detest you even more than Chaldea. Oh my, you saw right through me. How embarrassing. And here I was going above and beyond to pay my respects to a fallen comrade by turning on the waterworks to go with the lip service. After all, Ophelia was one of my most important clients. That jewel rank mystic eye of hers was a real beauty. Completely wasted on her, though. A textbook example of how one can have too much of a good thing.
Do you remember the voices you gave to the crypters? I just randomly generated new ones, don't worry.
If she'd only agreed to let me have that eye before it got ruined, I would have done everything in my power to help her stay alive. I see. Well, then I suppose it wasn't a total loss. And just the thought alone of you in possession of that eye is enough to turn my stomach. My Acta. I'm surprised to see you grieving over Ophelia's death, given what a misanthrope you are. Is this one of those, I don't know what you've got till it's gone things? I don't know what you've got until it's gone things? Or were you always secretly fond of her? Not that it's any comfort to her either way. See, the thing about friendship between girls is they're all about supporting each other, just as long as there's also something in it for them. It doesn't matter how much she might have disliked me. I was at least there for her, once in a while. I actually tried to help her with her problems, but you? All you did was sit back and watch. So, where'd you get off suddenly acting like she was so precious to you?
Damn, she's kind of vicious here, huh?
You didn't do anything, so you don't get to say anything. Isn't that common sense in human society?
Why is she getting so heated up over this? I've never seen her so passionate about something.
Maybe you wouldn't have forgotten that if you hadn't shut yourself away all this time. How dare you talk to me like that, you dirty little fox?
Alright, that's enough, girls. Save it for after we've all been wiped out, okay?
Oh my god.
Come on, Acta honey. You worked so hard to keep your face as emotionless as possible. Don't let that effort go to waste. I'm surprised to hear you being so straightforward too, Kuenskaya. You usually play your cards much closer to the chest. I guess it just goes to show how much Ophelia's death really hurt the two of you.
Look at that face.
Oh, wonderful. I love seeing the men trying to act all cool and stoic, pretending like it doesn't bother them. Look at us. Sharing our thoughts and feelings about the dearly departed. It's almost like a real funeral.
Stop that. I don't have any words of condolence for her. I only came here to report on my Lostbelt. I've done that, so I'll be leaving now. Pepe, Kristaria, just to be clear, I want nothing at all to do with that fox woman. She's not good for anything but toppling nations. Don't you dare send her to my Lostbelt, not even by accident.
Damn, she really did just up and leave. Whatever happened to teamwork, huh?
You sure about this, Waldheim? Kwenska is not the only reason Akta was pissed. She's furious at the loss of Russia and Scandinavia. If Kwenska hadn't given her an easier target, she'd probably have taken her rage out on me.
Okay, so Kadok is just chilling with Wodheim now here. In the flesh.
I can almost hear her berating me for being useless. And she'd have every right to.
You know, now that you mention it, I think somebody ought to. Why not me? I mean, sure, it's great you made it back here alive after Russia got taken out and all. You're one of us. But here's a question. Why are you still alive, Kadok? It was your servant who wrecked Chaldea, right? They ought to hate you more than any of us. And here you are, without even a scratch? How the hell does that work? Are you seriously that freaking stupid? Or maybe you were thinking about changing sides. Okay, I like battle.
It's kind of a relief to see her still a complete asshole, Battle. If I'd really gone over to Chaldea, I'd still be stuck in the border trying to choke down that nasty prison slob they serve about now.
I mean, Battle's right? That is kind of what it seemed like he was building up to. So Battle was on the right train of thought there.
Trust me, they don't have enough resources to keep anyone non-essential around. I'm just a pathetic loser who managed to escape death thanks to sheer dumb luck. At least for now.
I see, a loser, huh?
Battle?
I'm just busting your balls, Kadok. All I really care about is that you're still alive. See, he's such a caring friend. He's surely a great guy. Gotta say though, it's a real shame you and Ophelia had such shitty luck. And then again, maybe it wasn't so much as Chaldea had good luck. They're certainly not getting by on actual skill. I really can't get my head around their idiot master still being alive. How the hell does a third-rate mage amateur like that keep walking away unscathed? True, preach. He's gotta be either incredibly lucky or just getting carried. I've heard of flattery getting you everywhere, but this is nuts. To be fair, we are getting carried. Big time. We're just tagging along. I love how I'm just like 180 from Gordov saying the exact same thing. Oh, it is what it is.
Well, don't forget that his defenses are perfect. Mesh is his servant after all. It only makes sense that a shielder will ensure her master is protected.
Well, so Mesh has been keeping him safe, huh? Now I'm even more jealous. Imagine getting to play hero while hiding behind a piece of ass like that. I love the way that he speaks. He's definitely not boring, that's for sure.
If you take Kwenska's report at face value, then I have no choice but to agree. David, what do you think of the Master of Chaldea?
God, what was his voice? Good question. It's hard to believe he's made it this far. As a rule, people going off to war must bring a proven weapon. This isn't something they do to protect themselves, or even to accomplish their mission. They simply do it because they're incapable of moving toward without it, without the assurance that they're able to fight. Wow, you said a lot of things here. This isn't something they do to protect themselves or even to accomplish their mission, they simply do it because they are incapable of moving forward without the assurance that they are able to fight. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. And yet, the Master of Chaldea continues to fight while fully aware he has no weapon to call his own. He either has no sense of danger whatsoever, or
nothing. There's no other possible explanation. He's a total joke of a mage. Hell, he doesn't even deserve to be called a mage. The only thing he can do is rely on Chaldea's mystic codes to convert his life energy into magical energy for his servants.
true.
And since there's no way to do that over a distance, he has to be as close as possible to his servants to manage even that much.
Yep.
He has no way of defending himself, and he's too stupid to command his servant from a safe zone like we can. So he's only got one choice,
What's up, Luna?
and that's standing on the front lines like a goddamn moron.
True. Preach.
And trust me, he's trying like hell to keep from pissing himself the whole time.
True, I'm very scared every single battle. Kuenskaya, let me make sure I have everything straight. You said that Chaldea didn't defeat Ophelia, but rather that she sacrificed her life of her own accord. You also say that in order to stop Surtur, the fiery king of giants, the one hiding in the Scandinavian Lostbelt before he could trigger Ragnarok, she used her serious light and acted not as a crypter, but simply as Ophelia.
Exactly, Lord Kishtaria. She abandoned her responsibility as a crypter.
Damn, seriously? What a twist! Guess that means your ass got dumped, Wodheim! Yeah, preach, brother! Get his ass! Man, she was so into you too. So this is why you can't stand chicks. You just can't trust them. I confess, I am disappointed. An overestimation of her abilities. Scandinavia was a peaceful Lostbelt after all. That she could not control even such a place. Okay, buddy. Stand down here, stand down. Don't shit talk my girl.
Oh, that reminds me, Kishtaria. I actually have a little question of my own. You knew about Surtur all along, right? And yet you still entrusted Scandinavia to Ophelia. In fact, weren't you the one who told her to keep Surtur around? If so, something doesn't quite add up. Surtur was the natural enemy of the Scandinavian Lostbelt, you know? Does that mean you left him there specifically so he would destroy it? Is that what the foreign god asked you to do?
Bro, if you actually used Ophelia's... No, there is no way. Yes. I did advise Ophelia to keep Surtur around. Given Skataskadi's nature, I thought it'd be possible that she may sympathize with Chaldea. I suggest that she keeps Surtur around as a sort of insurance against that eventuality. Sadly, it seems even that was too much of a burden on her. I thought it would have turned out better. Okay, good. At least he didn't plant it there with the hopes of this actually playing out the way that it did. Okay, good. Just for the sake of destroying that Lostbelt. To be fair, Kishtaria doesn't seem to care if his Lostbelt wins or not. He just wants one of the Lostbelts to win over Chaldea, right? The strongest one. So that makes sense, actually.
Now I see. So you were worried that Ophelia wouldn't be able to handle it on her own. You always knew what a weakling she was, even as you kept telling her how much you trusted her.
Wait, what? You were worried Ophelia wouldn't be... Yeah, I mean, he was worried, but he thought she might be able to do it.
You're a devious one, aren't you, Lord Kishtaria? In that case, I'm happy to forget the whole thing ever happened. I'll make sure not to mention this to the foreign god, or the other alter egos, of course.
I appreciate your faith in me, Konskaya. Though I always find it worrying whenever you add in bonuses like that. Konskaya, You said you lost track of Chaldea around the North Sea. I suppose they could have escaped with a zero cell, but given their lack of resources, I can't imagine they would be willing to do so for long. In which case, they must have reached the Wandering Sea. How troublesome. That was the one place the foreign god couldn't touch. Or the place the foreign god felt no need to bother with at any rate. And since the mages of the Wandering Sea have no interest in the future of modern mankind, we assumed they wouldn't interfere with our plans. But perhaps our decision to ignore them was a mistake. Not even the foreign god could do anything about them? Evidently not, since they clearly avoided being erased. The Wandering Sea is an island unto itself, both part of and separate from the rest of the world. You can't take an eraser to something that already doesn't exist. Anyway, this puts us in a pretty pickle. I have no idea how we'd find them down now. How about you, Koyanskaya? You can travel between Lostbelts at will. Can you track them down? I'm afraid not. I may possess independent manifestation, but I can't sneak into the Wandering Sea without knowing exactly where it is. That makes sense. Then I guess we'll just have to forget about Chaldea for now and focus on our own Lostbelts and... Not happening, Pepperoncina. Between Kadok and Ophelia, they've already taken out 2 of us. We can't ignore this Chaldean remnant any longer. We need to crush them, quickly. That is the smartest thing to do. Right, Vodheim? There's no reason to keep eyesores like them alive any longer than we have to, is there? Oh, come on. Don't tell me you're siding with Pepe on this. You're going to let them get away with this? I mean, Beryl is totally right. It's like that one trope in like every movie or whatever, every series, where they just let the good guys just be on their own. They're like, don't worry, they're gonna get wiped out by the weather. They're gonna get wiped out by the elements. We just need to focus on our own thing. And then the good guys just keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger until they get to a point where they can rival you, even though you could have crushed them long ago. So Beryl is totally right here. And then again, I guess you're already pretty much set, aren't you? No one could ever hope to cross that sea of yours, after all. All you've got to worry about is which bottle of champagne you're gonna open after you win by default. But for us mere commoners, this is a matter of life and death. Isn't that right, David? How am I supposed to enjoy my manhunts when I know Chaldea could stab me in the back at any time? Come on, Koyanskaya. This is your jurisdiction here. I mean, there's 3 of you alter egos, so can't you figure out a way to take care of them as part of your job? Oh, great disciples of the foreign god. Let me think. Rasputin's team is out fighting a group of proper human history servants in the Grecian seas right now. Proper human history servants. Wow, okay. Interesting. And I don't know what it is that creepy Onmyoji loves about India so much, but he refused to budge from there, so... Onmyoji. Sure. I guess I have to handle this one myself, even though it's not in my contract. So you want me to get rid of those pesky Chaldeans for you? Oh, alright. Well, I feel like, okay, well, I guess we'll see. Just like that, huh? Can you really put it off? I mean... I thought you just said you couldn't sneak into the Wandering Sea. Oh, don't worry about that. We pros have our ways. That said, eliminating all of them is going to be an expensive job. I thought you could afford it. So I trust you wouldn't mind if I take a more cost-effective measure. Oh? What'd you have in mind? The important thing is to neutralize the threat Chaldea poses, right? Won't be a problem. What does Onmyoji mean, by the way?
They only have one master to spare, after all. So just sit tight while I go assassinate them before anyone else even notices I'm there.
Trying to assassinate us. Okay. I mean, that would be the smart one, because we are the only master of Chaldea, right? So... Yin Yang Magecraft specific to Japan. Interesting. Oh, I guess it would be Doman then. That makes sense. Alter Ego looks like Yin Yang.
Looks like one Sky's worked again. You really think she went to the Wandering Sea?
Consider that neither the foreign god nor the disciples have been able to locate it. I have difficulty imagining even Koan Sky will be able to infiltrate it anytime soon. Though knowing her as I do, I expect she must have some sort of plan to reach her destination.
Shit, she can actually warp to the Wandering Sea, and I was just screwing with her. Guess it really does never hurt to ask. But also, where can I get that kind of warping juju? Cause hot damn. Anyway, I know she'll make good on her word. I also like her pick for going the assassination route. Guess I'd better make sure I stay on her good side from now on. That way, I know I'll have a ticket out of my Lostbelt if everything goes to shit.
Why so pessimistic, Battle? Is your Lostbelt really that horrid?
Let's just say it's all going to plan. Right, Wodime? Oops, I said too much. Time to go. Later, Kadok. You enjoy that Greek nightlife since you've got nothing to do but live it up. Oh, and save me a few drinks. If I screw up too, we can have a loser's night out in the town. As if he wasn't treating me like a traitor just a few minutes ago. The worst part is, he meant it. Whatever, this meeting's done, so I'm heading out too. Besides, I only just got to this Greek Lostbelt. You said there's a few different poleis here, right? I'm gonna go check them out while I heal up.
I'm glad to see Kadok doing well. So well. He's still as angsty as ever, of course, but he's so much more brazen now than he used to be. It's wonderful. Anyway, I think I'm going now to Kirchtaria, David. This may not be my place to ask, but aren't you at all sad about Ophelia's death?
Good question. I can't say I spent much time giving Ophelia any real thought from the beginning. But for what it's worth, I do feel her loss.
I see. Looks like I'll be the only one bringing flowers to her figurative grave then. But that's okay. Flowers are the one thing my Lostbelt has plenty of. Might not line up with her beliefs, but can still hold my own little funeral for her. I'll be sure to add some flowers for you too, Kirchtaria. Since I've not seen you so much smile since you sat in that chair.
Interesting.
You're Your positivity never ceases to impress me, Pepe. I'm lucky to have you around.
Indefatigable. Lack of fatigue. Indefatigable. Positivity never ceases to impress me, Pepe. I'm lucky to have you around. But you needn't concern yourself with me. Losing the Scandinavian Lostbelt is no more than a minor setback. And if we no longer have Surtur as a failsafe, if things take a turn for the worse, was a strategic loss, however.
Bro is snorting that copium.
So, if there's one thing I regret... Ophelia, we only knew each other for a few years, but I knew you were a kind and gentle woman at heart. And did you see me as some sort of great figure?
Okay, I'm happy that he is actually grieving her loss at least a bit.
I'll strive to live up to that. I'll end proper human history in order to write a new one and build new truth in its wake. You may try to resist, members of Chaldea, but in the end, it is we cryptids who will prevail.
Okay. Wait, before you continue, my voice is getting already tired. Let me get some more tea, and I'm gonna get a spoon of the cough syrup and stuff like that, and we're gonna be right back. Lostbelt.
Cover all 3,000 taste buds. Ah, yeah. Ah. Okay. 2 weeks after docking at the Wandering Sea. Yo, it's Luna.
As you can see, I did my best to recreate Chaldea right here in the Wandering Sea.
A bunch of Lunas. Yep.
I call it the Wandering Sea Chaldea Base. Go on, everyone. I believe a round of applause is in order. This is amazing, Senpai. I can't believe Shion and Captain built all this in just 2 weeks.
Indeed, this is quite a contribution to our cause. But then, I suppose this is what the Atlas Institute's brightest can do. I say. You there? You didn't forget about my director's office, did you? The one I ordered with a private bathroom.
Wait. You're the director?
Yes, that's right. I'm the captain of the ship, so to speak. I asked for 3 things. A gorgeous director's office, a stylish operations room, and a German-style kitchen. This commander room should suffice for our operations, and I already verified that the kitchen is up to snuff, but I haven't seen my director's office anywhere. I presume you took my importance and safety into consideration and made it a secure hidden room. That sort of initiative goes a long way with me. You'll have a lot to look forward to when it comes to your starting salary now that you're in my employ.
Bro's not doing himself any favors.
Crap. I used an empty warehouse for that.
I see. So you used an empty warehouse for my office's entrance, eh? I commend you for arranging such an elaborate disguise. But I must say, passing through a warehouse whenever I enter or leave my room sounds like a bother. Tell me, Captain, how would you feel if that were your quarters?
Alright, you've convinced me. Anything worth doing is worth doing right. Shion, I'm heading out on another job. I have to make sure everything's perfect. I guess our first servant summoning with Chaldea Spirit Origin Graph will have to wait then. Deliver Matt, Mesh, Sir Gordolf, staff members. And of course, the 2 servants, Da Vinci and Sir Holmes. Let me first congratulate you on a job well done with all you have accomplished these past 2 weeks. As you saw when you first got here, the Wandering Sea is not exactly the most accommodating place. But I will change this today. From now on, you'll each have your own private rooms, no more sharing one big communal space. You also have a cafeteria now, which should be serving proper food starting tomorrow. I've been living on supplements and artificial blood for a long time now, so building a cafeteria was a novel experience for me.
The gamer diet.
Now then, I think it's time for the first Chaldea Atlas joint strategy meeting. Oh, but first, do you know what the Atlas Institute is, or would you like a refresher?
You know what? I'm gonna let her yap for a bit longer. I want a refresher.
Right. Right, you just sit back and enjoy this info while I worked up for you.
What's the Atlas Institute, you ask? An excellent question, Mr. Delivery Man. It's an institute of alchemists built in the Atlas Mountains of Egypt.
So I didn't even have to remember all of this here.
It's also known as the Titan's Pit. It's one of the 3 branches of a major association dealing with accumulation and measurement. Their alchemy is not at all like alchemy as you may know it, the kind that became mainstream in the Middle Ages. They're the progenitors of magecraft, focused on investigating the principles of the world. While they're certainly mages, I understand that their magical circuits are rather paltry.
Okay, so, you see guys, we were talking about this earlier, but alchemists are mages. Consequently, they do not rely on magical energy to learn the mysterious of the world. To learn the mysterious of the world, instead using a great number of tools. In a way, these tools evolved similarly to scientific progress. They treated to the spirituals, souls, as energy that could be observed and manipulated. This led to homunculi, life forms that possess magical circuits. We have no need to become the strongest. We simply have to create the strongest tool. That was their motto. True to their word, they created many weapons. In the world of magecraft, they're called the 7 taboos. The Atlas Institute created 7 weapons capable of destroying the world. Realizing that they had reached their limit, they sealed them away. There are still many theories about why they decided to build such weapons in the first place. The director of the Atlas Institute was given the title Atlasia. Okay. I saw a wall plate on the way here. It said Sepia Iltnam Atlasia. Hey. He was likely the last director. There seems to have been a successor designated, but the name wasn't recorded. Oh, okay. I definitely do not remember all of this here, so that's cool. That's a cool refresher. The directors of this institute would always go mad, and as a result, they created forbidden weapons that would destroy the world. It's also possible that they would try to prevent the destruction of the world, fail in the process, and then go mad as a result. Regardless, this place is a storehouse of mystic codes unparalleled everywhere else in the world, or on Earth. Did they even say that? They should have. I think so. They said most of these things, because I remember most of it. I don't remember it. No, they sure. I'm sure they did. The director's name and stuff. This place is a storehouse of mystic codes. Yep. Although in reality, it's more like a disposal site. The alchemists of this institute would constantly invent things. They're treated as failed creations, and a mountain of terrible weapons accumulated. We're headed to the center of that. What do you think? Did you understand my summary of the Atlas Institute? So wait, when in regards to the taboos of the world, did we see any of the taboos and like they were actually fully confirmed? Not just things that we've seen that you guys are gonna be like, yeah, that's a taboo, but things that were mentioned in this that they mentioned is concretely a taboo. Did we see any of the 7? Like, confirmed? I don't remember. I don't remember what is a tab. Oh, not yet. Okay, thank you. Thank you. This had one name. Okay. But if it's... Yeah, okay. Not yet. Okay, good, good, good. Thank you. Thank you. May I say something before we begin deliberations, Miss Shion? Apart from the fact that you're a survivor of the Atlas Institute, we still know very little about you. For example, what is your motive here? Why are you helping us?
Why? I'm not sure how to answer that. I mean, when you're faced with a problem, you work to solve it, right?
Nobody works without ulterior motives.
And as far as this particular problem goes, the people of Caldia are essential to the solution. I thought that was why we decided to join forces and become friends. Wait, does this mean I'm the only one who thought that?
To be fair, I mean, she is probably just trying to save the world as well, and doing it together with us is probably her best bet. So I think it kind of makes sense.
That's very kind of you to say, but do not worry about it. It's partially my fault too. I'm not exactly an expert in people, but I do know that there's no team where everyone thinks exactly the same way.
Yeah, exactly, gents. That's why I said, has it been, you know, actually identified on screen? Because if it hasn't, I'm sure it will be in the future. I'm sure there were things that were mentioned before and you can probably extrapolate somehow that it probably was a taboo, but I don't want to know that until they actually fully confirm it.
I am, however, very excited to be able to try having friendships with real people and feelings. As far as I'm concerned, that's a much bigger challenge.
My apologies. I let my cautious nature get the better of me. I should have remembered that the Atlas alchemists are not motivated by personal gain. Their sole desire has always been solving problems. I do beg your pardon, Miss Shion. Please rest assured that I'm delighted to have gained such a capable ally.
Right then, shall we get down to business? I went ahead and skimmed through your logs from the day Caldia was attacked until you ended up here. December 31st, 2019. Caldia is attacked and frozen solid. That same day, 7 pillars of light are seen streaking down from space, and Kisharia Woda Emperor broadcasts his victory speech. Kisharia used to be a master from Team A, the linchpin of Caldia's ratios experiment. But now, he refers to the new group he belongs to as the Cryptors. Given that Team A was found to be missing during the operation to unfreeze them before Caldia was attacked, we can assume that the Cryptors Kisharia refers to are the other Team A members. As for all of you, he undertook a zero cell in the Shadow Border in order to escape the Oprichniki.
Yes, and that put us 3 months into the future.
Although you only spent a week inside the Void Space, 3 months had passed when you emerged into Standard Space.
Correct. Correct.
To do so, the Border had to rely on your sole connection to Standard Space at the time, the Oprichniki. This led you to the Russian Lostbelt, a frigid alternate history inhabited by the Yaga. As you attempted to gather more information about your situation, you ended up facing off with Even the Terrible, the king of the Russian Lostbelt. You then managed to cut down the Orochi, the tree of emptiness that had taken root there. I'm still working on what these trees actually are. But based on the data about its internal gravitational field recorded during that battle, I think we can make an educated guess. Once the tree was cut down, the storm it had been generating disappeared, and you were finally able to pick up my broadcast from the Wandering Sea. From there, you decided to make a beeline for the North Sea.
Okay, we are really recapping a lot here.
But on the way, you ran into another obstacle. The Scandinavian Lostbelt, a history stuck in perpetual twilight after Ragnarok went awry. When I first saw you had lost the Paper Moon, I might have maybe screamed a little bit, but it was very unbecoming of an Eltnam, so you can imagine my relief when I found out you recovered it.
And they knew you would take a 2-week break.
You then went on to face Skadaskadi, the king of the Scandinavian Lostbelt, and were able to cut down its tree of emptiness, Sombrero.
Wait, let me do this as well, I forgot.
An impressive track record. After that, a battered and damaged Shadow Border finally arrived at the North Sea and made its way inside the Wandering Sea. And now, here we are. Did I get that right? Do you have logs other than the ones on the border?
Now that I think of it, what?
Oh, right. Back when Senpai and I stopped by some ruins we found along the way.
Oh, yeah.
Huh? You found the survivor journal? And you failed to mention it? Let me see that! So there are some people lucky, or maybe unlucky enough to escape the bleaching. It also says that attack lasted for 3 months, although... What's up? Is there a problem with it? No, not problem exactly. It's just odd that whoever wrote this decided to record it on paper.
Well, of course they did, young Xion. There was no electricity out there. These ruins were no more than a few shattered buildings. There's no generator anywhere in sight.
Exactly. And that's why it's so odd that these letters were not written in ink or pencil. It's as though they were burned into the paper or something like that. Does this mean there was some kind of power plant out there after all?
Power plant? Oh.
Well, we can work on that later, once we have more information. So you've been inside 2 of the Lost Belts now, and experienced their differences from proper human history for yourselves. These Lost Belts are dead-end timelines that were pruned away by human history itself once they were deemed unworthy of being allowed to continue. For example, the Russian Lost Belt diverged from proper human history in the year AD 1570.
They did say that in Camelot. Nice, thank you for checking it, Zeno. I thought they did, and I just forgot it. It makes sense that they did.
It seems that each Lost Belt to appear... And it seems that each Lost Belt to appear on Earth has continued from its point of historical divergence onto present day. However, just because a Lost Belt may have diverged from further back in the past does not necessarily mean it is stronger. A Lost Belt's strength, or threat really, is not so much a matter of its age, but of how much it differs from proper human history.
Yep.
The Yaga may have been physically different from mankind, but their lifestyle and culture were still carried over from proper human history.
Yep. Okay. We kinda know all of this already, Xion.
By contrast, the people in Scandinavia may have led peaceful lives, but their society was essentially being kept on life support. So given what we know from those two, I decided to come up with a metric we could use to rank and compare the Lost Belts. I call it their Lost Belt depth.
Sure. Oh, I see. I remember this from the intro. Was it the intro or was it? No, it wasn't the. Oh, yeah, it was the intro when you get into the Lost Belt, right? It says the depth level. Yeah.
The greater the Lost Belt depth, the more strongly it refutes proper human history.
So what was the Lost Belt depth for the 2 we've seen so far?
I went ahead and assigned preliminary Lost Belt depth rankings for all 7 of the Lost Belts. Oh yeah, this makes it nice and clear. You Atlas Institute people really do work fast.
Okay, I see. So we have LB1, LB2, LB6, I'm guessing, since it's the UK. This is the Indian one, right? And then this would be like, what's that? That's like this is Japan here. China, and then this is like, I don't know, this is like Thailand, Vietnam. I guess we'll see, bro. And this is just us, the Wandering Sea, I'm guessing, or something. That would be my guess because it's in the middle of the freaking Atlantic Ocean. And then you have one in Latin America. Okay. Probably China, yeah. Is this China though? This feels very sudden for China. It could be like at the very south, like It's not Kunming. It would be here. I don't know. Is this still part of China, though? I guess it is. It seems like it's at the very edge, though, if it is. Where's the Greece one?
Oh yeah, this makes it nice and clear. You Atlas Institute people, we need to work fast. As you can see, there are 3 lost belts in Europe, 2 in Asia, 1 in South America, and 1 in the middle of the Atlantic.
China is huge. I know.
That last lost belt is the only place on Earth that still has an ocean from before the world was reset. Wait, cut! Scratch that. I forgot about the Wandering Sea. We still have oceans too, obviously.
Also, wait. Didn't they talk about Wodheim's freaking Lost Belt being surrounded by a huge ocean and shit like that? Or like, yes, water or something. What do you mean? Okay, I guess we'll see.
Never mind that. Did you say the Atlantic? There can't possibly be a lost belt in the middle of the Atlantic. There's never been any inhabitants in the middle of the ocean in all of recorded history.
Well, there are now. In fact, that Atlantic lost belt is the ultimate objective.
Okay, so this is... Okay, I see. This is Wodheim's.
And that is the one spreading its tree of emptiness branches all throughout the Earth's atmosphere.
So what's gonna be LB3 then? Probably this one then. Xiangyu. Probably China. How are we gonna... I guess we'll see. Let me stop talking. I guess we'll see. How are we gonna get here? I don't feel like here or some shit like that.
And I have a good cause to believe it. Wait. I have a good cause to believe it is where we'll find the greatest leader, the Sharia Wodheim. An Atlantic lost belt, huh? In that case, there's only one place I can imagine it could be. You think it's really possible, Holmes? This sort of thing is your forte, isn't it?
Atlantic Lost Belt. Is it like Bermuda or something? I don't think so though. No, it's supposed to be Greece, brother.
I can't speak with complete certainty, but if what you are thinking is correct, we'll certainly have our work cut out for us. For one thing, we have no means of getting there, as the border is simply incapable of making such a long sea voyage. But there's another, more immediate difficulty. If there truly is a civilization in the Atlantic, it'll be much older than any of the 4 civilizations.
Bermuda is Central America? Yeah, but it's like out towards the Atlantic Ocean a tiny bit, you know? Just a tad bit. It's not in the middle of it, but...
It will have existed since prehistoric days, a robust stable world that will have had over 12,000 years of development.
Come now, man, don't wimp out on me now. I see, I know where it is. I saw Josh's comment, so I know where it is.
If this lost belt is the greatest immediate threat to us, not to mention Wodheim's home base, it's our duty to take the fight to him. The other lost belts can wait. We should be on our way to the Atlantic even as we speak.
I recommend that course of action as well. Unlike Russia and Scandinavia, the storm walls bordering on the lost belts in China and India are not expanding, so there should be no danger in leaving them be for a while. As for the lost belts in Britain and South America, Just Magistus calculates an extremely high probability that will both self-destruct if left to their own devices. I've not been able to get a proper reading on the British Lost Belt's death, but that's just another sign that it's a poor fate for this world. I've been unable to confirm what is going on in there, but compared to proper human history and the foundation of humanity, it's pretty clear that humanity in there is on the verge of collapse. So it's reasonable to assume that mankind in the British Lostbelt will go extinct within the span of months rather than years. Though I do wonder why the British Lostbelt is the only one surrounded by a wall of light rather than storms. Saw it on the border too, and came to the conclusion that it'd be best for us to stay away from the British Isles.
That's a fair conclusion.
Less is the South American Lostbelt. While it appears to have a very high value to its Lostbelt debt, I cannot seem to get any clear information. So I can only conclude that its civilization is just about dead and gone.
Damn.
And that, in turn, means that even among all those bizarre histories, it's exceptional. And thus, not one we need to concern ourselves with as far as fighting with the others for dominance. So in short, your next destination is the Atlantic. To that end, we'll be making some extensive modifications on the border, and by we I mean Da Vinci, with me assisting.
Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion that's not gonna be the case, Shion.
However, it will take us at least a month to finish. I'd like to invite the rest of you to enjoy a bit of rest and relaxation here in the meantime. That goes double for you, Sir Gordolph and Delivery Mat. Once we get our operation going, you two will be on the front lines, so you should take advantage of the rest while you can. You'll need to get all the rest you can before the final battle in the Atlantic.
Uh-huh. A sea voyage in the border, huh?
As the commander of this outfit, I hardly expect to be out in the front line. But you're right about me having been under considerable stress. Indeed. Now would seem to be an excellent time to recuperate. I must say, I had heard that every mage in the Atlas Institute was a cranky old misanthrope, and you've turned out to be the most considerate young lady. It would be the height of rudeness to turn down such a kind offer. Now then, I think I'll begin with a nice hot shower in my beautiful new or wonderful new office. Haha, things are finally looking up for old Gordolph. We'll have the world saved in no time.
Why don't you go and rest up too, Senpai? I know I can't wait to see what our new rooms are like.
Sure.
Man, I'm kinda jealous. But if anyone deserves more free time, it's those two. Anyway, how about us, Shion? Are we going to keep going with the meeting? I should warn you, even you might have a hard time modifying the border. Good point. Good point. Your designs appear to be all similar to magecraft from the Middle Ages, while mine are based on cutting-edge alchemy.
What I missed is still the intro. Yes, it is. You did not miss much. It was basically just Shion recapping the entirety of what we've done today and then telling us about the depths and stuff like that. That's what you've missed. And also we had a meeting. We had a meeting with all of the cryptors. That was hype.
We could well end up having incompatible design philosophies. But never mind that. Truthfully, I'm much more interested in that exoskeleton. I think you called it the Otnex.
Oh yeah, and Battle is the goat. Yeah, true. You can't land with goat yet title.
Mesh's own spirit origin tuning is perfect, but the Otnex still has a long way to go. I imagine it's pretty difficult for Mesh to fight in that. Am I wrong?
Please modify it. Please. Give me damage cut on all allies with skill 1 or some bullshit like that. Just give me something good. Please modify it. Before we actually start the Lostbelt, not at the end. Please.
Well, yeah. I had to build a lot of the Otnex from spare parts for the border that I just had lying around, so of course it's not perfect. So what did you want to mess with? You know there's no way to restore her old defensive power, right? Of course. We could not possibly recreate Galahad's gift with Earth as it is now. So instead, I was hoping you might let me tinker with that bunker bolt mechanism. I mean, it does not have to be right this second, but I guess something in particular I would like to add to it before we get to the Atlantic. Before I got pulled over into Trismegistus's development, I was working on a conceptual weapon related to one's natural longevity.
If her skill 1 was the old skill 1, it would be so good. Oh man, how good would be this match without this current skill 1? Is this the end? Nope. Nah, you thought. The skill 1 was her most broken skill by far. It was so good. Just like being back at Chaldea.
I know, some of the details are a little different, but it's still an amazing recreation of Chaldea's rooms. Shion and Captain really outdid themselves.
Why don't you go check out your own room, Mesh?
No, yes, good idea. I'm so happy I forgot all about that. Okay, I'll go take a look at the room they gave me right now. We're all done with work for today, so there's no reason not to relax and enjoy yourself now. Good night, Senpai. I'll see you tomorrow morning for breakfast in the new cafeteria.
If you don't love me at my Orthonex, you don't deserve me at my Galahad. I guess double taunt skill is great for like meat shields and stuff like that, but when it comes to AoE, sheesh. I once let myself relax off exhaustion kit at once. Looks like it's 1 in the morning. I'm thirsty. I said the cafeteria should be ready.
I can't believe this. The nerve of that Atlas Chol. Not only did he not have my director's office ready, he had the gall to tell me to use a sleeping bag in the dock until it was done.
Seriously right.
Some captain he is. No doubt he's some pirate scum of heroic spirit. If he thinks he can treat me like...
Don't you talk trash about Drake, hello?
No, this won't do. I can't lose my temper like this.
Actually, you can talk trash about, Drake isn't even a pirate. You can talk trash about, Blackbeard, actually. I don't mind that.
Get a hold of yourself, be elegant. Breathe from the diaphragm, just like Tool taught you. Captain may try to hide it, but his dignity is unmistakable. No pirate could fake that. But then, who could he really be? I just can't tell. If only I could ask him myself. But I can't do that. A commander must maintain a certain dignity. Oh, why can't he just accept that we're allies now and tell me his true name already?
Well, Drake is a pirate here. She wasn't a pirate. Or he wasn't a pirate, IRL.
Oh, well, I'd better make myself comfortable since I'll be spending the night here again. Minur, Kawata, Octavia, Tomlin, Chin, Kayan, Elron, Marcus.
Jack was a pirate? Really? Privateer is a funny pirate? Oh, okay. Be elegant is a gordy sea with Tool in the background. Nice.
Kirielite, delivery mat.
Crown hired pirate. Ah, okay.
I see he had no problem remembering to make rooms for all my stuff. Well, they may have their cushy beds, but there's one thing I've got that they don't. Midnight snack time. Now then, I think I'll go break in the new kitchen.
I see, I see. Do you often raid the kitchen like this, Director?
I'm not raiding anything. I'm only having my midnight tea time. You're sharper than you look, aren't you? I never imagine anyone besides me would try to get a jump on the kitchen. Still, I do commend your taste. I presume you were lured here by the sweet scent of butter. Oh, very well then. I've already had my fill. Here, you can have the other half. There's some leftover tea as well if you want it.
That would be great.
Oh, by the way, is everything alright with you? And with the Demisteron girl for that matter. Never mind, I can see you just... Wait, I can see you must have woken up in the middle of the night despite being utterly exhausted. That can only mean you've been unable to relax your mind amid all that has happened. Well, I can hardly blame you. This must have been an arduous journey for a young man with no military experience. Once you had some cake and a nice hot cup of tea, you should have no trouble drifting right off. Go back to your room once you finish that, and you'll see how right I am. And of course, I trust that you'll join me in pretending none of this happened tomorrow morning. Now that you've eaten the other half of the cake I found here, that makes you my accomplice after all. Huh? Exactly what I said, of course. I found this cake here with a note that said, "For delivery, Matt."
Brother.
Huh. Don't bother making excuses. Your friends baked it as part of a master welcome party they'll be throwing tomorrow morning, didn't they? Some nerve you lot have, throwing a party and not inviting me. I admit, I was pretty streamed when I saw this cake with your name on it, but I calmed down quickly and decided to do the kind thing and taste it for you.
Ah. That's the worst. That's the worst.
Before I knew it, I've eaten half of the thing.
It's the worst kind of roommate. Oh my god.
In fact, I was just appreciating how delightfully sweet its cream was when you found me. Now then, are you all finished? Haha, good, good. This makes us partners in crime.
You look kind of pale.
Huh? Hold on, you mean you didn't know about this cake? Then, who made it? And more importantly, is it just me, or are we both looking off-color? I also can't help but notice that I'm feeling rather cold and dizzy all of a sudden.
Who roofied us? What? Warning, warning. Unauthorized life form detected. Civilian personnel, please remain in your room. Security team, please suit up and come to the command room.
An unauthorized life form? Then, we've got another intruder here. What the?
Get back before you get hurt. There's a real nasty woman over there.
Oh, it's Gwen here?
Captain!
This way, Director.
Well, this is an unpleasant surprise. I never thought a grown man would stoop to stealing food meant for a child. In fact, he shocked me so much that I lost control of my presence concealment. It seems the one thing you excel at is getting in other people's way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Excellency?
Yeah, she is an assassin. Yep.
Tamovichkoenskaya! Impossible! How did you get in the Wandering Sea?
Wait. That's the first time they called her Tamovichkoenskaya in the actual story, isn't it? The only other time I've heard this is in the Ptolemy event. Yes? Okay. And the Ptolemy event one was the other one. I don't remember what class she was, like Avenger or some bullshit. Yeah. Run that name by me again? Hold up.
Trade secret. This is a special trick I'm afraid I could only do once. And now, you've gone and ruined it, Your Excellency. There's only enough poison in that cake for one person. Have a portion means have the effect.
Foreigner, okay, yeah.
I can't believe my plan to poison him without leaving behind any evidence has backfired so spectacularly.
This is a small thing that's mentioned in the LB3 prologue, not worth skipping. Okay, yeah. Also, you could have ladled that thing with more poison though, man. Just, like, fully make it so that one bite kills me.
Poison! Poison! Don't be absurd! I gave it a thorough taste test to ensure it was safe. Between the buttery scent, the buttery taste, and the creamy light texture, it was a perfectly gourmet cake. If it had truly been poisoned, I would have spit it out on the first bite.
I accounted for that, of course. I made sure to use just enough that not even a mage would notice. I even went to the trouble of mixing it into delectable cake instead of plain old water, just to be doubly certain.
No almond taste. Exactly, just make an almond like cookie or cake and put a bunch of cyanide in it and you won't notice. Easy.
What's done is done.
Also, yeah, poison resistance, true. Ma'am, that is the most inefficient assassination that I've ever seen.
And it seems like everyone else is on their way here now, which... or I think I'll take my leave before things turn violent.
Gordy saved our lives. Gordy didn't do shit because we have poison resistance. It shouldn't even affect us. I don't know why it did, though. Well, it's super poison. It has sure hit on it.
I'm sure you'll have no trouble figuring out what the poison was with Sherlock and Da Vinci here, but... that's all you'll be able to do.
Mash doesn't have the Galahad juice though, but it was mentioned before that we still had the poison resistant, wasn't it? It was.
If you want to actually neutralize the poison, well, you'll have no choice but to fight your little friends to the death again. And that should be quite entertaining on its own right.
Damn it, she's working away. What are you waiting for, you fool? Hurry up and catch her before she... Oh, bah.
It's no use. She's already gone. Never mind her now. We need to get you to the infirmary. Shion, you got an emergency. Take Da Vinci and meet us inside the border. I'll do my best to cleanse the poison from them in the meantime.
Nope. Nope. We're over 2 hours into this prologue, by the way. I'm back. Yo, what's up?
Senpai, are you okay? What did the test say?
Calm yourself, Miss Kyrielite. I'll get to that. It's been half a day since Quest infiltrated our new base. We've done everything we can to treat the liver mat and Mr. Gordov. Bluntly, Mr. Gordov has at most 10 days left to live.
Woo! Make the most of it, Gordov. We'll throw you a party. You know what? I'll be nice. You can use my room while you're dying. I'm gonna give you my bed to live in, and I'm gonna take the sleeping bag. I'm gonna take the hit here.
As for the liver mat, this is rather difficult for me to say, but...
I'm already dead.
Difficult as this is to say, he's essentially fine.
Fuck that, I don't want him dying on my bed. Mash? Mash, can you sleep in the sleeping bag for 10 days, please? Thank you, Mash.
The poison remains in his system, but it'll have no more effect than a bad cold.
A cold, even though it's fatal for Director Gordov.
That can't be right. We both ingested the same amount of poison.
Yes, but thanks to his contract with Miss Kyrielite, Mr. Delivermet has rather potent resistance to poison. If that contract were to be broken, he would most likely be dead in an hour. Yep. Wow, I had no idea. Bro, how do you forget about this all the time? I didn't forget about it, by the way. I did not forget about it. I totally knew about it.
Well, of course I'm honored to be helpful, but... Don't we still have to do something to help to help Director Gordov?
Damn straight you do. What are you waiting for? I know you can figure out an antidote. This is a genius recognizes genius, right? And you're two of the greatest geniuses in human history. Then put all that genius to work and help me already.
I'm terribly sorry, but for once, there's nothing we can do. We analyzed Koenska's poison, and I'm afraid she's chosen some frankly troublesome ingredients. Its base sequence does not exist in the early 2020. As such, there's no way for humanity in this current state to reproduce it.
Well,
I guess it's gonna be Manure who's gonna be the new director. Which also means it's impossible to formulate an antidote. What's the fourth one? The fourth one is Manure.
Its base sequence doesn't exist on Earth in 2020. So, Cheese Spaghetti second is telling us. Yeah.
Oh, a fourth one, yeah.
We did determine that the poison they ingested is some sort of natural substance. But we have had no success determining what plant it was extracted from. All we know is its name. Tian Shui Ming Mai.
Oh, sure, man.
Or Immortal Decline, and the fact that it was used a number of times in the past. I can tell you that its name is likely of Taoist origin, considering all its references to immortality, and that the plant it comes from is medicinal, but unfortunately, that is all.
If it doesn't exist on Earth in 2020, then...
This can be happening. Then my chances for receiving an antidote are 0.
Not to worry. That's what you've got me for. You may not be able to reproduce the poison just yet, but we know it's of Taoist origin. It most likely comes from China, so the next step is clear.
There's no way we can get to China in 10 days. Even with, like... We're like 15,000 kilometers away from China.
Just because it's gone in the modern era doesn't mean we're out of options. After all, we've got a whole different China we know nothing about, just waiting to be explored. A China that followed a completely different path than one in proper human history.
Imaginary Sea? Oh, true.
So I'm absolutely completely certain that we'll find an antidote to that poison in the Chinese Lostbelt.
True.
Even if we don't, we can learn where it's made from by studying the local ley lines. As luck would have it, I have just managed to summon the perfect guide for us. Come on in. This is a momentous occasion. The very first helper resummoned with Chaldea's Spirit Origin Graph. Faster than the wind, cuter than fire, this Lotus Spirit's charms even melted the heart of Tai Junren. That's right, it's the artificial Bao Bei made in ancient China, the marshal of the central altar, Crown Prince Neja.
Oh.
Da Vinci, That intro is wasted on me. It's embarrassing. But I am honored to be the first resummoned. Ni hao. Happy day. Delivery mat. Mesh. I have heard what happened. You did so well.
Surviving. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Ugh.
I will help you from now on. I will work 3 times harder to make up for lost time.
Thank you, Neja. And just do a full robot voice.
That's wonderful. Da Vinci, you beautiful goddess. I knew glasses suited you. Then you'll go to the Chinese Lostbelt to save me. Fantastic. The Atlantic Lostbelt can wait. Besides, we need to deal with all the cryptors sooner or later. Prepare to go immediately, everyone. We're invading the Chinese Lostbelt to take back proper human history.
Now, I understand how you feel, Master, but Director Gordol's life is at stake.
And?
We have to deal with all of the lost belts, no matter what may be awaiting us in them. After all, we're not wanderers. We have our own world, with our own history.
Okay.
Alright, I understand, and I have no objections. This should be a good learning experience. Besides, you're still technically poisoned yourself, Delivery Mat. Just because it's not affecting you right now does not necessarily mean it will not later. You really should neutralize it.
Wonderful. This is tremendously promising. What are we waiting for? Let's get the border ready to...
At least stay here, Gordolf. At least don't go with us. Do us a solid.
Not so fast. There's something else we need to clear up first. How did Koyanskaya enter the Wandering Sea? We need to understand that so we know it can't happen again. It should be impossible to warp into the Wandering Sea from the outside, since it's impossible to see and its coordinates are always changing. And yet, she popped inside like it was nothing, which means...
There must have been something she was able to use as an anchor. Just to clear up any doubts, Miss Shion, I don't suppose Koyanskaya was originally from the Wandering Sea. Or perhaps she had visited here at least once before.
No chance. This was definitely her first time here.
I mean, she can probably just walk between textures and something. Wait, what?
Then that leaves only one possibility. One of us summoned her. Or rather, more precisely, one of us possesses something with some connection to her.
Something connected to her. What do you think it could be? For this, and that it's anything related to magecraft, could be as simple as a pair of gloves or a hairbrush. Whatever it is, I'm guessing it's something small that contains a fragment of Koyanskaya herself.
I'm sure we'll see. I don't need to remember. I don't need my brain. They're gonna show us.
Director Gordolf, is something wrong?
Oh, it's him. Okay, I thought it was something that happened during LB1 and we got something from her, but no.
I'm so sorry, Your Excellency. I appreciate your kindness, really. But I've been hurt too many times in the past. I just can't bring myself to trust anyone else again.
Probably just a walking burden, huh? A walking anchor for everyone around them.
Even though I really want to.
Yes, of course. I understand completely, darling. Rest assured, I'm a patient man. I can wait as long as I must to melt the ice around your heart. In the meantime, you may use my connections as you see fit. I'm not known as Music the Phoenix for nothing, after all. My passion is so hot and sultry as my namesake.
Oh. Oh. Oh! That's disgusting.
I swear to you that one day, my undying love will find the perfect mink coat to warm your frozen heart. Why aren't you saying anything?
Forgive me, Your Excellency. I was just by what you said. Here, Your Excellency, I want you to have this lipstick. Pretend it's me. Give it close to your heart, where no one ever can see it. I know how awful I can be, so I'm afraid I may end up disappointing you over and over and over and over and over and over.
Over and over.
But please, remember this. If you swear to hold on to that lipstick forever and ever, I promise you that one day I'll return to you, no matter what fate may have in store.
Oh, yes, of course I'll remember. I have faith in you, Koenskaya. I always will.
Oh. Is that lipstick?
Ooh. Why you? Ah, you stupid thing!
So it turns out it was actually Gordy's fault.
So does that mean we can just let him die because it's his own fault? And we go to LB7 right away? Farewell, lipstick. Farewell, fond memories. At any rate, that's one problem taken care of. We finished investigating the base and moved all traces of Koenskaya or anything she left behind. We should no longer have to worry about the unexpected visits from her in the future. Correct, Miss Shion?
Yeah, she had one shot at taking you out, and she blew it.
She did the least efficient assassination that I've ever seen in my life, bro.
I would venture a guess that she's none too pleased right now. But you know what they say, what goes around comes around.
How for? I don't have time to feel sorry for myself. Holmes, Da Vinci. As I was saying, we need to leave for the Chinese Lostbelt immediately. I trust the border is ready. We only have 10 days to find this plant, and we can't waste a single minute. Come to think of it, are you sure we'll make it in time? I'm not already done for, am I?
No worry, I haven't thought about that. I just need to run it by Shion. Shion, you designed the paper moon. Do you think I'd be able to it'd be possible to zero cell from here all the way to the Chinese Lostbelt's border? Especially since I'm guessing, Captain, that is actually... Sorry, Da Vinci. I can't stand having other people share my secrets. Of course I'll keep my mouth shut. As long as you help us out, that's all that matters. In my estimation, a zero cell should let us jump from the Wandering Sea straight to China. We still have to worry about getting inside from there, of course, but I figured the actual trip to the Lostbelt would take less than a day. What do you think, Shion? Am I totally off base? Nope. All sounds right to me, Da Vinci. No wonder you're Chaldea's, or rather, humanity's guardian. I would have suggested the same thing. You were just quicker about it. The Atlas Institute will be glad to get you to the Chinese Lostbelt, right, Captain? I'm not part of the Atlas Institute, but I suppose I can help. I'll have you to the Chinese Lostbelt in less than half a day. After that, it's all up to you guys. Delivery Matt.
Half a day? Thanks, Captain.
Guess we all agree then. Okay, everyone, get ready to head out. I estimate you should have room in the border to feed supplies for about 15 days. I'll open up the Wandering Seas dock in an hour. So please make sure you're all set by then. Your next destination is the Chinese Lostbelt. Your objective is to obtain some Qian Shui Ming Mai. Investigate the Lostbelt and complete the cure your 2 poisoned personnel. Oh, and for the bonus round, you can defeat the Lostbelt's king, cut down the Tree of Emptiness, and take out the Crypter. Now you're working against the clock as well as any hostiles you encounter, but try to stay calm. At this point, any differences the Atlas Institute or the Wandering Sea may have had no longer matter. From this point on, I hereby dub the Wandering Sea Chaldea number 2, Novum Chaldea. As Trismegistus II's caretaker, I'll do everything I can to support you.
Long bonus list.
Alright then. It's time to get this operation, this order to explore and decipher Lostbelt number 3 underway. Good luck with everything, and I'll see you all when you get back.
Are we still in the intro? Nope, I don't think so. I don't think we're in the intro. Oh my god, that was an intro. Oh shit. Oh shit. Why did this unlock? Wait, not this. Why did that unlock? Oh, there's also Ultra, or Ultra, there's a Lily interlude as well. Sheesh. Okay. Let's just go. I'm just gonna do this one and then I'm gonna wrap it up. This was way too long. Or not too long, but too straining.
Emerging from long distance zero cell now. Whoa, we nailed the positioning. I can see the supercell surrounding this Lostbelt 1,000 meters straight ahead.
Impressive. Even if this precision is only possible when embarking from the Wandering Sea, it's quite something to behold. What's more, Miss Shion tells me that we can expect this level of precision anywhere except the North and South Poles. Okay, so we can get from China to India in like an hour. That's cool. Unfortunately, we may have been a little too precise. At this distance, our only choice is to head straight into the storm wall immediately. Did the Chinese VA juice help so far? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's really... It doesn't make my throat hurt at all. It like fully makes my throat pretty damn good. I got some in the morning as well. It, yeah, gets rid of all of the pain in the throat, so it's great. Mr. Gurdolf, how are you? That was the poison. It would seem his fear of the poison has more or less overwhelmed him. He'll not be of much use for the time being. Noise. Perfect. How about you, Mr. Deliveryman? Are you ready for the next phase? Yeah. Good. Miss Shion was kind enough to make some significant improvements to your Mystic Code. It should be a good deal more useful both in keeping you alive and in aiding your performance as a master. I'll explain more once we arrive in the Lostbelt, but yes, Miss Kyrielite, is something the matter?
Oh, no, it's nothing. It's good to go. I'm good to go as well. I did feel the same warmth during the last zero cell as I did in Scandinavia, but... Okay guys, that's enough. Ready or not, we're embarking on another zero sail. We don't want to burn the border's fuel unless we really have to, so I'm going to take advantage of the inertia we got by launching from the Wandering Sea. We'll be emerging inside the Lostbelt without anything to guide us, just like we did in Scandinavia. Oh? Wow. What's this now? Good news, Gordy. It looks like we're in skies inside the Chinese Lostbelt too.
Great news.
She is. Are you sure about that, Da Vinci?
Yep, I got a pretty solid sample of her data yesterday, so there's no mistaking it. Now we can kill two birds with one stone.
Oh, Akta is not gonna be happy about that one.
Not only will this greatly improve our odds of emerging from void space, we can also ask her about an antidote once we capture her.
Surely. Surely we're gonna capture her.
Manure, set the anchor point from hypothetical living human to Koyanskaya.
Got it. But man, as if I didn't already have my hands full with driving this thing. Damn it, just when I could have used the old man's help.
I wonder if she really has an antidote.
Very well then. In light of this new information, I believe a new course of action is in order. We should cancel our search for
Xian Shui Ming Mai in favor of capturing Koyanskaya.
That would be a much surer way of neutralizing the poison Gordolf and delivery met consumed.
And it would be one less threat to our future endeavors. As for the Cryptor and the Tree of Emptiness, our goals there would remain unchanged. We find and restrain the former and cut down the latter. Would that be acceptable to you, Director?
Yes, of course. That sounds great. Indeed, this is no time to be trembling in fright. No more Mr. Nice Guy, Tamamovich Koenskaya. The next time we meet, I'll see you pay for everything you've done.
Hey now, don't get ahead of yourself, Gordy. We still have to capture her first, remember? And even if you succeeded at that, it won't amount to anything if you can't make her tell us where to find or how to make the antidote. Understood. I will hold back. However, I will not show her mercy. We should, at least, berate her right after capturing her. It is best if we beat this villain so that she can never again stand up or engage in any evil schemes. China is my home, Lostbelt or not. Its air and land should remain the same. As such, I should have no trouble defeating this demon. Thank you, Nietzsche. It's great to have your help.
Alright, we're now only 400 meters away from the storm wall. Do it, Da Vinci!
Florid! Break her kneecaps!
Expanding logic formula on Shadow Border's external armor, removing existence verification for reality space. Future prediction, hypothetically prove mirror world plane in 20 seconds, relaxing space-time friction decompression for 0.4 seconds. All systems are green, void space sea observations remain locked at previous results. Shadow Border, untethered from reality, void space dive, zero cell, unfurl once again.
I'm gonna guess that all of these Chinese servants might get a bit of a boost here. That would, not power boost, but maybe bond boost. That would be good. Lostbelt depth. E. 210 BC. The Crimson Beauty under the moon. Is that it?
Ooh.
We actually made it. Wow. We actually... What the hell? Took 2 hours and 45 minutes to finish the freaking prologue. Formation restricted. Welcome to China. One SQ earned.
立冬を迎え、暦
I
の
got
上で
3 teapots
は冬となり
though.
ましたね。
I got 3
先
teapots.
輩は小さなことから。
Ooh, wait. Oh, this goes so hard. Okay, prologue can be rated separate from LB3 thought so far. Man, the prologue, it had some good points. It was talking a little bit about the entire lore, and I'm a sucker for lore. I loved the second or third one, the one with the round table. That one was the best one, obviously. That one was great. There was a lot of recapping in this prologue here. For some reason, some of it was needed, like the entire... I appreciate the recap from Camelot, because obviously that was years since then. But god damn, the recaps were going crazy. But it's fine. There was a lot of yap though here. I think... I mean, yeah, compared to the other... Oof. I don't know if this is my least favorite prologue of the 3 LBs. I think it might be. The gap between these Lostbelts was like 5 months. Yeah, there's no need to recap the story of LB1 and LB2 after 5 months each, I feel like. Because it's not like they went to the specifics that you might forget. They just went over the general... You know... Oh, wait. I did not mean to change the music. I just wanted to do this. It was bothering me. Yeah. It's 5 months between them. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's definitely more annoying for me who's playing this one after the other than it is for someone like you guys or someone who would be playing it on release. All right, definitely. Oh, but goddamn, this was long. I don't have any thoughts on Xion yet. I'm not sure whether I like her or not yet. She's okay so far. I need to see more of her. She's aight so far, so I don't know. Yeah, no opinion yet. She talks a lot. But maybe I had the same thoughts on Holmes when we first met him. I was like, god damn, this guy talks way too much, but he grew on me a lot. So maybe Xion's gonna grow on me a lot. 1 year for LB7. They could have made an option to recap. Yeah. Yeah, the same thing that they did with the Camelot recap. Yeah, I agree. But it's fine. I'm excited for China though. I'm excited for Chinese Lostbelt. I didn't know, or I didn't think it would be China, even though I knew that it was Xiangyu, just because we are so far away from China that I was like, well, what is this going to be, right? But I guess it makes sense, right? It makes sense that it's going to be China since, yeah, as I said, Xiangyu. I don't know who else is going to be here at all. The only one that I do know is Xiangyu. Probably a bunch of Chinese servants, maybe someone like, I don't know, Taigong Wang. I'm blanking on all of... We'll see. Right? I don't know. We'll see though. But I'm excited for it. I feel like it's gonna be fun. I also think the rest of the Lostbelt is a bit shorter than the previous ones, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the rest of the Lostbelt here is gonna be shorter from here on out, apart from the prologue. So, already forgot the others. I'm blanking. Okay, it's the shortest one. Yeah, and considering this was by far the longest prologue, and it's not even close. Yeah, I'm down for that. I like short and concise stories as long as they tell what they want to tell in its runtime. I guess we'll see though. I want to make my opinion on it because I see a lot of opinions being thrown around about LB3, so I'm excited for it. I'm excited to make my own opinion on it. This is still the last show. Wait, let me move this a bit. Yeah. It's gonna be better like this. I think this looks better. Written by Urabuchi, yeah. I'm excited for it. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today. Tomorrow there should be a stream. We should be streaming tomorrow and finally starting, not even continuing, but basically starting LB1 or LB3, sorry. Basically, right? So I'm excited for that. I am hyped. Seeding point. Oh, Gordy. Gordy. Anyways, let me wrap it up here. So, yeah, as I said yesterday as well, it might take a bit of time for my throat to get used to streaming and stuff like that like this. So, even though my throat doesn't hurt necessarily, it does get tired still. So I was struggling to read at the end here, so I'm gonna rest up my throat a bit, and tomorrow we're gonna be doing more. So thank you guys for showing up, and I'll see you in tomorrow's stream. Make sure to, if you're not in the Discord yet, you can join the Discord. We opened it up yesterday. It's down in the description. There's an invite link. There's a bunch of people who already joined it, but yeah, you can join up there and talk a bit, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's stream. So bye guys, bye. Bye.